One day, in a village, there lived a very lazy child. He was known for his neglect and lack of interest. He usually wasted his time on trivial things, neglected his duties, and was lazy in all matters, despite the constant advice from his family members and friends, until he could not control his time. An old man visited the village. He was distinguished by wisdom and intelligence, and he usually used these two qualities to solve people's problems. When the child heard the news, he decided to visit him and ask him for advice and guidance. So he went to him and said, "Sir, can you guide me on how to make the best use of my time and not waste it on trivial things?" The man smiled after he understood the child's problem, then he took out an hourglass from his bag and said, "This hourglass symbolizes time, and every grain of sand represents a precious moment in your life." The child grabbed that watch and began to look at it very carefully. Then the man said, "Now, I want you to imagine that every grain of sand that falls from this hour is a wasted opportunity. Every time you neglect your duties or are lazy, you will lose a grain of sand forever." The child realized the seriousness of the matter that he thought was easy, so his attention and focus increased with every word he heard. Then the man said, "The time is a precious gift, my son. But he doesn't wait for anyone. Every second that passes is a second that you cannot get back. If you keep wasting time, you will wake up one day full of regret, and then you cannot go back." The child said, "Okay, but how can I change my bad behavior and make the most of my time?" The man smiled and said, "Always wake up before sunrise. Start your day by remembering God and praising Him, then praying, and after that, determine the things that must be done every day and turn them into goals that must be achieved, then put your trust in God and hasten to complete them one by one, and ask for help and success from God. Remember, my son, that the soul needs struggle and that the path to success will not be easy in most cases." The child took this advice seriously and decided to get rid of his bad habits. He started his days early, set a program for his daily activities, and took the initiative to complete them on time. The days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, and success began to appear. The child saw a positive transformation in his life, and all the residents of the village noticed this. The shift with time, he became an active young man and discovered many of his hidden talents. He made great achievements thanks to his wise use of time and thanks to God's grace. If we see in our lives, each of us repeatedly says that he does not have time to carry out duties and obligations, but in reality, we have this time. The problem is that we do not use it well. It often gets lost in useless things. This is a student who does not find a single hour to review his lessons, but he watches many episodes of his favorite series until midnight. This is a man who does not have time to visit his sick brother, but he hardly misses watching a single match of his favorite team. This is a woman who loves reading a lot. She does not have 10 minutes to read 2 pages a day, but she finds herself browsing social networking sites for hours. This is not possible for him to exercise even once a week, but he has time to sit in cafes every day. We must be motivated to change our bad characteristics and reprogram our time for what will benefit us, like that child, and we will succeed. Just as he succeeded. Perseverance, diligence, and active, this is the goal of this short motivational story.